Hello everybody, Justine here, Justine Evans, and here is February's forecast. I'm sorry that I haven't got round to doing this yet, but somehow today is the day that it's happening. So I have drawn 3 cards from my creation oracle card set, and each month I try and offer you some wellness support to help you build health within your life. So this often does connect with spirituality, often connects with intuition, and actually when I wrote these cards, it was very much to do with fertility and reproductive health, but actually we can utilize it in so many different ways that I've started to offer these readings each month to help you develop your own health and work on it in an organic fashion. So each month I tend to pull 3 cards, and depending on what they say will depend on what I say. Sometimes it comes up with crystals, sometimes it connects with all sorts of different philosophies. There's meditation, mantra, nutritional therapy, etc. And for those of you who don't know me, I am my degree is in nutritional medicine. I am a registered naturopath. I am also a body worker, and I have been working with hormonal health for coming up to 30 years now. Well, I used to do an awful lot of work with fertility, which is why I wrote these cards, as I said, some years ago. But I'm really utilising them for so many different ways. So we're in 2026, we're coming up to the new moon, which is also the beginning of the Chinese New Year, and it's the Aquarian new moon, and it's very, very strong energy, really strong energy, and I believe there's an eclipse as well. So for me, we've just come into Imbolc, and how that feels for me is a stirring in nature, a reawakening, a rebirth. And for those of us who follow more of a pagan or druidry path, we would be connecting with Brigid, the goddess. For people who follow more of a yogic path, it would be Saraswati. So so how am I feeling about this? So the first card that comes up is the card of relax. Now, when I wrote these cards, we didn't have photographs or pictures with it. I know that when you buy oracle cards now, it's all about the visual visual feeling of it, but actually when I wrote these cards, it was very much more of the words, because it was how you can support yourself this month. So I don't have any pretty pictures to show you. I can just show you that this is what it says. Okay, so the card is relax, and what it's saying is, are you feeling anxious, or are you feeling a bit panicky about a situation? And it's like, yeah, the world sounds like it's gone crazy at the moment. And what I would like to say is, this month, would you be able to sit and work with some mindful breathing techniques on a daily basis? Now, the one that I'm actually personally using this month is the energy of a golden ray. I'm sort of calling in sun energy. And what I do is that I just sit and I breathe, and I work with the box breath. So I'm breathing into the count of 4, I'm holding for the count of 2, I actually exhale for the count of 6, and then I hold for the count of 2. Now, the reason my exhalation is longer than my inhalation is so that I can really support my nervous system and relax it and calm it right down, working with the vagus nerve. So this month, the relax card is really offering you that. What can you do on a daily basis that helps you relax and switch off? Now, I am also connecting with a golden ray, and so when I'm doing this breathing technique, I am calling the energy of golden light, and I am allowing it to just float right the way around me, like a ring of light around my whole my whole body. So it's like clearing my aura, which I absolutely love. And I envisage myself like in a flame, I suppose. And then I allow it to just permeate right the way through my whole body, and I'm sending anything that no longer serves me into Mother Gaia for her to compost and rebirth. So that's what I'm doing. If you are new to this, then just start with your breath. But if you really understand about mindfulness and meditation, then just connect with that golden ray and bring that energy in and sit with it, working with your breath or imagining that color, and see how that makes you feel. I found it incredibly powerful this month so far. So that is the energy of relax. Now, if you're into crystals, you could also hold Shiva lingams, which connect with Lord Shiva, and he is the destroyer and the rebirther. So you could also really connect with that as well. They're very powerful stones. They're like egg shapes, and you hold them and they just really help the yin and yang and bring balance. So this is the relax. Now, the second card that I've got is the card of water. Wow. So water is so important. Now, Bridget is the maiden of water and fire. That's the energy, the goddess energy that we bring in bulk. And so she brings water and fire. Now, water is emotion and fire is energy. It's interesting that I was already connecting in with that breath work for relax, which is with the golden ray, which is like fire energy. But water is that you've got to remember to drink. Please drink pure water. And for your health, start to drink either spring water or filtered water or some form of bottled water, preferably in glass bottles, because there are so many impurities in water, especially our tap water within the UK. And if you could just start to consider how much water you're drinking and start to increase that if you are not drinking enough. Now, I tend to think that most people need about 1.5 litres per day. You need to build this up, start slowly, sip it. If you guzzle it, you tend to just want to go for a wee, if I'm totally honest. So try and sip it. You can have it hot, you can have it cool. It's best room temperature. You're welcome to put some fruit in it, so something like some lemon first thing in the morning. I am all about ginger at the moment, so my first drink in the morning is some ginger tea. But really think about your water intake and the purity of it. And this month, can you start to build it up? If you are not a big water drinker, please do not think that it's great to start with 1.5 litres a day, or if you're in the gym or something, drinking 2 litres or so. That is not the way forward, because you will find that actually you are just weeing and weeing and weeing all of the time. You need to build it up slowly. Try and drink your water away from your foods, so that when you are chewing, you're actually eating your foods and digesting rather than diluting everything down. It's much better to have a drink before or after your meals. So try and do that. Really think about the purity of your water, how you can drink. Adding things like squashes and cordials to it and drinking tea and coffee is not pure water. Okay, we are talking pure water. And what I see in clinic is that so many people really don't like drinking pure water, and they think that if they just have it in with some squash in, or if they have it as tea or coffee, that that's perfectly okay. No, our bodies are actually we comprise of an awful lot of water, so really think about it. Also, I would like you to think about how you feel about water. Do you like to have your feet in water? Do you like to have Epsom salt baths? Do you like to go swimming? Do you do wild water swimming? Is there any kind of immersion in water that you like? Because that whole, how does it feel when you're walking along a canal or the sea or walking along a river? How does that make you feel? Does it help you relax? Does it help you calm? Is it a very emotive thing for you? So really think about what water does for you. For those of you who are in the healing industries, you could also use symbols, etc., so that you could draw them into your water bottle and then add that healing, that extra healing energy into it. Yeah, so I would like you to really think about cellular level and how you can support yourself right now. And if you are very dehydrated, you may find that actually using some electrolytes might help you as well. So that's water for you. You know, water is so cleansing, and there's so much I could talk to you about it, and I'm just trying hard not to go into one and get distracted and sort of fill it with a whole load of more wisdom about water. I try and keep this as simple as I can for you. I do struggle with that because naturally I just like to give you so much. So the third focus for this month, and what I should say also, is you only focus on the bit that resonates. Not everybody is able to manage all three of these things. You might only be interested in doing one aspect of it, and that is absolutely fine. This is your health journey. It doesn't belong to anybody else. It's really important that you are true to yourself. So the third card is perspective. Oh, such a big one. And this is about your mental outlook on life. And it's important for us to remember that at any time we can choose to view our life in any way that we want. So why don't you ask yourself this month, what is your natural viewpoint? Are you half empty? Are you half full? Do you tend to judge very quickly? Or are you the kind of person that believes everything that the news tells you or everything that social media tells you? How does that make you feel? What is your perspective? Because this year, 2026, I really feel it is so important that you really come to your own conclusions, make your own choices, be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. So I'm just going to read this card to you, and it says, this card indicates that there is a need to shift your perspective. It is time to see the best in your situation. It is time to release self-criticism and concentrate on your skills and strength. Stand in your positivity. And it could be that 2026 is really a year for you to be able to just let go of anything that no longer serves you and really step into a new way of thinking, a new way of being, a new approach to life. It could be anything really. But by seeing these cards this month, I think it's saying, take your time. Ensure that you spend some time relaxing daily with some mindful breath work. Connect in with water, because after all, we are, I don't know exactly how much we are water. Are we 60%? Are we 80%? There seems to be so many different scientific research studies that say different things, but fundamentally we have a lot of water in us and we need that. We need to hydrate. And so what can you do with water? Really think about what quality of water that you are allowing to be inside your body every day, and how much you specifically need. And think about how it is for you when you are around water. Maybe you could start swimming, maybe you could go for a walk along the riverbank or a canal or a stream even, or walk in a stream, or have go for a walk along the sea. Whatever it is that you're able to do, all will depend on where you're living. Perhaps you'd like to collect some rainwater and try and drink that. Perhaps you would like, there's a spring around you close by that you would able to collect water and use that. Perhaps you will just be able to buy some bottled water and start to think about being a bit more consciously aware of the quality of the water, or perhaps even you're going to be putting a filter onto your taps, or using one for the fridge. Whatever it is, just work with it and see how far you get, and start to be aware of how much you drink, how often you drink, and the quality of it, and how water makes you feel. And thirdly, it's this perspective, and what we think is who we are. So it's time for a review, really, and look at yourself without judgment, and think about how you do speak to yourself, how you think, and are there any areas that you would be able to change for your own benefit? And is that something that you would be able to start this month? So I'll be back again at the beginning of March. I hope that that there is something within this reading that resonates with you and that you can work with. And for any other information, please contact me. My website is justineevans.co.uk. I am based in the UK, but I do also see online clients too. So wishing you all well, and speak to you soon. Blessings.